Good morning. It is time for Remembering Connections with Cindy. Hello, Nicole. Here, let's get your microphone on there. There we go. You there?
Yes.
There you go. How are you?
I am amazing.
Good.
How are you?
Very good. Can I just say that I am absolutely thrilled that you're back in the studio.
Me too.
Yeah. That was kind of an interesting situation that we had last week, but we made it through and you're back. And how was your trip up to Salt Lake?
It was amazing. We had a lot of, we had a show that was sold out on Friday. And
Awesome.
Really good turnout and got to see my children and have Easter. So it was really, really beautiful.
Excellent. I'm going to have you get a little closer to that mic today. 'Cause for some reason, you're just a little bit lower, and we want to make sure that everybody hears you completely. Okay. So if you're tuning in right now, you're probably going, "What? This is at 11 o'clock." We are now at 11 a.m. on Wednesdays with Remembering Connections with Cindy and Nicole on 100.3 FM Radio St. George. Want to invite you to be listening if you're in the St. George area. Otherwise, you can go to Radio St. George Facebook page, and we are live on Facebook all the time during our shows, which is actually, right now, 11 o'clock on Wednesdays. So Radio St. George on Facebook. And you can give us a call this morning at 879-4100. That's area code 435. And what we're going to do right now before we start is tell you who Nicole is. Nicole Ashton is with me right now. She is an international healer. We were just talking about the fact that she got a chance to go up to Salt Lake and do a little healing. When I say a little healing, I joke because it's not just never a little healing with Nicole. But if you wouldn't mind, Nicole, for people who are just tuning in, maybe just viewing, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became this amazing healer.
So I had the opportunity to cross over and die several years ago. And I got to go to the white light. I got to understand how frequency and vibration works, what the angels, guides, and spirits look like. And then I also got to come back to a body that didn't work. So I learned to...
That wasn't fun.
No, but it offered me opportunity to grow and to move into more of a compassionate state of how life is and how this world works. And
what being in the physical body is like, right?
Yes. Yes, and when I was learning to heal my body, because I got to see my past, present, and future, so I got to see what I'm doing now, and I got instruction.
You did? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's cool. Okay.
So it's kind of I got to see in the white light how the spirit body or the light body works.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be in the presence of Creator God, whatever that looks like to you. It's a brilliant white light that loves you very much. And I got to bring that information back with me to heal my body. And then now I use that information and tap into that information to assist others in healing their body. And once a person taps into that, their innate knowing,
yes,
then their body starts to heal. And so I get to bridge that space.
Yeah, and so for people, again, who are just, meeting you for the first time, so when you came back and you did, amazing, when you heal your own body and you learn to walk and talk again and do all that stuff, the white light just walks everywhere you walk, pretty much, right? You still see everything that you saw when you passed away and came back.
Yeah, I never disconnected from the angels, guides, and Creator light, God, whatever that is, whatever that looks like to you, because I knew that when I came back and I could hear what others were, first that I heard them speak that I wasn't going to walk again. I heard things like this that I didn't agree with, and
right,
so I shut down this world even though I was back, and I just stayed connected to that divinity that I am and that we all are,
yeah,
and learned to be mobile again.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So now you're healing. You've been doing healing for quite a few years now, and we're doing some healing with our Remembering Connections. I know we're going to get to a meditation in a moment, and then some phone calls, hopefully. If you're listening and you would like to call us, I'm just going to give you the number. We're going to open up the lines in just a moment. It's area code 435 435-879-4100. That's 435-879-4100. You're listening to Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. We are in St. George, Utah. If you're watching this maybe on a video somewhere afterwards, we're just letting you know where we are, where it's a little bit of clouds today, but some sunshine, and it's definitely feeling like spring. A lot of spring energy in the air, Nicole. Yes. And with spring energy means sometimes things are leaving and new things are being ushered in, right?
Yes, and that is why today is about letting go.
Letting go. Okay, you want to talk to us a little bit about letting go? When you say letting go, are you talking about letting go emotions? Are you letting go things in our lives, or all of the above?
I feel like that once you let go of the stuff, the emotions, the things that are weighing you down, that all the stuff around you starts to fall in place. So today, really to focus on letting go of the emotions that aren't yours, the stuff that doesn't serve you, and really being on purpose and showing up the best version of you, whatever
at
that
any given
like.
moment too.
Yeah,
even if we're not feeling like we don't feel that great, still showing up.
Most interesting thing that I've found is that if people don't feel like they're 100%, that means they're ill. And I don't find that to be true. Really? Sometimes your body needs a rest. Sometimes you need time to accept the changes around you instead of chaotically push into what you think it should look like.
Yes.
And so when you take those breaths and you let stuff go, and I'm most of my clients are holding on stuff that isn't theirs.
Yeah.
So once they're able to be like, wow, that's not mine. Then they can dive into their toolbox or whatever. When you come here, you have this design and you know what your life's going to look like. But when you're holding on to other people's stuff, you don't know how to get rid of it because it's not yours.
And how do we know when it isn't our stuff? Because if we don't know we take somebody's stuff, right? Emotions, whatever it is, usually it's emotions, right? Or it's thoughts and emotions. And we think it's ours, and then we go, I don't feel like myself. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what to do. And then it just gets stuck somewhere inside us that it's not ours. So how would we go about being a little more aware of the fact that maybe we're holding on to something that's not ours at all?
Well, it takes practice to fall in love with you. And I've shared this before, that until you know who you are, or until you sit with yourself and put you first, then you really don't know the discernment between, is this mine or somebody else's? Because these days people are so entangled in each other's stuff that that you have no idea. So it's taken that time of stillness, and meditation doesn't look like a certain way. It can be many ways. It's just those little gaps of
a break, taking a break, right?
And love yourself enough to allow you that space.
How much space do you think we need each day to kind of give us that?
Well,
probably different for everybody, right? Yeah.
It does, but the thing is if you haven't, like I've been guided to take 2 hours a day to move through stuff.
Yeah.
But and I do morning, noon, and night. If I'm really busy, I sometimes only do 10 minutes. I'll just go and shut everything down.
Yeah.
But it's what's important is to start.
Yeah.
Show up for yourself.
Right.
And even if it's just like a second and you trail off somewhere, come back.
Yeah.
No one says you can't come back and start over or just begin a new journey.
Right. Right.
In your time and space. It's just being observing your own thoughts.
So I know the phone is ringing, but we're gonna let it ring for a little bit because you wanted to do a meditation today, and it's a meditation about letting go. If you are driving, maybe you could pull over. You can still listen to it, right, and still feel it. And maybe you'll get the energy a little bit later. But we don't want anybody closing their eyes if they're driving or they're working. Whatever you're doing, working. If you need your eyes to be doing that, please don't close your eyes and do that. But if you are able to close your eyes and meditate, this would be a good time.
Yeah, and the meditation and spirit and your connection doesn't know distance or time.
Mm-hmm.
And so even if you're listening to this evening or tomorrow, then you're going to get the same benefits.
Right.
It's all up to you to connect and call in your your divinity and your connections.
Okay. So you're ready? Tell us how.
So today is about letting go. And this is like, I keep thinking cleaning out your closet. What isn't working for you anymore? And then I'm all, you know what? Everybody focuses on what's not working for you. Let's go with what is working for me.
Okay.
We're going to go into that joy of, wow, that is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and fill every cell of my body with this while I'm letting go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to call in the beings of light or the angels, whatever that looks like to you, to assist us. So I just invite you to close your eyes, allow your own connection to move in. You can take what I say and accept it or shelf it or just respect that there's so many different perceptions in this world that
Right.
we are stepping out of our comfort zone to be here to assist the ones that are ready.
Right.
So I'll just go ahead and do it how I normally do it, and then I encourage everybody to do it how they do it.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it. We're ready.
So I always start with, I ground myself to the earth. I am of Creator, and I accept this transmission and healing for my highest good. At this time, I invite you to allow this brilliant white light of Creator God, whatever that looks like to you, where you came from, your truth, to move down through the cosmos into the top of your head. While you're taking breath, each breath you take is very sacred. Imagine or vision that this is this universe that you're breathing in, all harmony. So you're inviting that and allowing that into your body. So as you do this, you breathe in the harmony of the universe and you breathe out in your energy field, the harmony of the universe. And as this is happening, this white light, it looks like a mist. A beautiful mist of white and gold and a lot of coral today. And as this moves down the upper part of your body, you're going to feel it settle in your heart space. I'm just going to remind you that I share these meditations as I see them. And the coral looks like to me that it's bringing in a higher intelligence or understanding of your heart space. So as this happens, we're just going to be present with that. And as this happens, you're going to feel the white mist move down your lower chakras, your lower energy fields, down your legs, and into Mother Earth. Now I'm going to invite you to create a phoenix. A phoenix is a bird that turns into like a fire flame. And Mother Earth, we love her, and we don't want to hand her our stuff anymore. So what we're going to do is create this fire flame that rebirths our energy and sends it back up to us, because it is needed. It's our energy. And as this happens, you're going to have a sense or feel some people feel a chill or a breeze move up your feet. And it's bringing up information from the crystals, from the grass, from the dirt, all this information that is ours to access anytime that we choose to. And as it moves through your feet, it moves up your legs, and it's going to balance right in your core. So right in the heart space right now. So this is allowing you to experience being centered. There you go. Now you're connected to everything that's above and everything that's below. Now I invite you to close your eyes. Really, really tight. And envision this dark, 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 dark space. And you're just sitting there. all alone. Now, all of a sudden, from a distance, you see lights. And as they get closer, you come to the understanding that they are light beings or angels or whatever you're seeing in your vision now. And you understand that you're not alone. You never have been. And as this is happening, you're at choice to allow these light beings into your space. And they are allowing you to let go of whatever that is that you've been holding on. Remember, these beings can handle much more than we can, and they're very willing to take this from you now. So if you choose, you can breathe through your nose, a deep, deep breath right into your stomach or heart, whatever is feeling heavy, and blow that out to them. There you go. And watch them take that from you. And they do it in much joy. That you trusted them with your suffering, so that now you can live in joy here on earth. Now, as you feel this gratitude move through you, we honor them as they leave. We move back into our space here. And we open our eyes to realize that we're not alone. We never have been. And that stuff that we let go never served us. And now we're a choice to live in that joy. And so it is.
I feel better. That's awesome. And now, if we don't have you next to us, or we can do this too, though. When you said that to take a 5 minutes, 10 minutes, if you have it, you can just go to that space, make sure that you're grounded and connected, and then go to that space and say, "Here, take this." This happened to me today, and I don't know how to get rid of it. Please take it, and you can feel that. I mean, literally, if you're really there, you can feel that on your physical level, even with things letting go.
I believe so. I believe that when you're surrendering the right to suffer.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't work for me anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we've actually, we've allowed ourselves that right to suffer.
Right.
No, that's not working. And how do I change it? I don't know. So will you assist me? And they will. It's just that we forget to ask.
Right. It's always about asking. Mm-hmm. Right. Asking, you shall receive. If you would like to talk to Nicole, maybe you would like a healing or some answer to some of your questions this morning, please, you can give us a call right now at area code 435-879-4100. 435-879-4100. Would love for you to call in and ask some questions today, or just make any kind of comment. If you would like to get with Nicole, maybe have a private healing, you can go to her website at energyhealingbydesign.com. That's energyhealingbydesign.com. You're listening to Radio St. George, 100.3 FM in St. George, and we are live on Facebook at Radio St. George. We'd like to invite you in. I know we had a phone call a little bit earlier during the time we were doing that meditation. So if you're listening still, we would love for you to give us a call at 435-879-4100 if you have any questions whatsoever. So as this springtime is here, Nicole, people talk about, like, when the new year turns, that's a good energy because it's the new year and you can go with that energy. So there really is an energy with spring that helps us, like what we just did, like let go of things, and the new buds on the trees, and the flowers are blooming, and everything's new again, and the birds are laying their eggs, and all of that. That is real, right? That energy is real in our universe as we're living in our physical bodies.
Yes. And what I find interesting is people are talking about these like the stuff that's happening in the cosmos, right?
Yes.
And they're talking about all these this stuff that's supposedly negative energy. What's interesting to me is that we give our power away to that thought instead of looking at the flowers bloom
Yeah.
Looking at life begin.
Yeah.
Looking at that we have the power of joy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, imagine that collectively if we as this sovereign human that we are,
Right.
woke up and said, wow, you know what? Might be really cloudy outside, but
That's okay.
yeah.
I mean, we need the clouds to enjoy the sun, right? That's the one thing about, I think, when you're in the physical body, and I know I always tease you that you are, but you're not in the physical body. So I remind you what it's like to really be hanging out in the physical body, because I've been here for a while, right? But I think it's interesting, because I think that the physical realm, we live in the duality stuff, right? So if it's cloudy, and it happens to be cloudy here for us today, just a little bit, but the temperature's still warm and nice. But how do we enjoy the sun if we don't have the clouds? And
Exactly.
that's kind of exactly what's happening in your world. If you don't have times when maybe you are unhappy with things that, how will you ever make yourself happy? If you're always happy, you wouldn't do anything. There would be no growth, right? So if you kind of we have to look at that in a different perspective, instead of, oh, rats, of course, sure, it's it's cloudy, of course it is today because I have to do this. And that's not really how you grow or how you keep yourself in joy, right?
Yeah, it goes back to, I think, the right to suffering. Like, why do people choose that? Like the right to choose is ours.
Mm-hmm.
And when you wake up and you see clouds, then why not bring sunshine to where it needs? And just because there's a cloud there doesn't mean the sun's not behind the clouds.
Right.
And so, yeah.
So the thing is for you, because again, you're in your physical body, but there's parts of you that's not in your physical body. So you really do, like, you can come back and look at the rest of us and say, why don't you see this other part? You really do see the other part all the time.
I do.
And I mean the good. I don't want to say good or bad, because there's not. I don't believe that. But the part that brings us more joy, and that we can see the blessings in all of it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I guess I look at, so I live my life more of an observer than anything, because I jump in and out of other people's perceptions so much, because, like I've shared before, the only way to assist anybody is to share their perception with them, because they're the real healers, and unless I am in their perception with what works for them, then there's no progress. So as I get to look at everybody in a collectiveness, is see that there is this 7 billion people, and see that everybody thinks differently. And there isn't, like, you watch this choice happen every day. Mm-hmm. You watch somebody come in and have an amazing experience, leave and go home and just completely forget because of the way that their life was. But then what I see then is that they do have choice, though. That is leaving a really amazing space. You're finding you're asking how to clear. It's when you find you and you know what that feels like, and you love you. And then to allow your other half or something move you into back to where you were at. Mm-hmm. I just see that surrendering of choice.
So, okay, good. I understand completely. Okay. So how do you're clear. I'm in love with me now. I can feel me. And I'm going back into the world where they're not clear. They just didn't have that amazing session. They're not in touch with themselves. And I have to live under the same roof with them. How do you do that? If it is a choice, and I'm going to choose this space, and chances are the people who are not choosing that space are not going to be real happy with you, right? I mean, there is going to be a little bit of a disconnect, maybe even a discord. How do we move in that?
So I always go into gratitude. Like, I'm like, okay, well, I am grateful that I am being a reflection of me. Mm-hmm. This is a reflection of you, how you're treating me. And I always will think, how can I assist them? And is it my job? And usually it's not. So offer them love and kindness, and move out of the room for a little bit, and hope and trust that they will find it. Because the way that things are moving right now, energetically, sorry, I must be clearing someone.
Yeah, their throat.
Energetically is as everybody is going to move.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Whether we want to or not,
yes.
We're being moved. Okay.
Because you have to match the cycle of the earth. You have to. And the cycles of the earth are moving. And we're moving closer to the sun. All this amazing stuff is happening. So the heavier you are with emotions, the harder it is for you to is going to be for you to move into a lighter energy.
Right.
Nothing to do with, at this time, nothing to do with as much as spirituality, except for when you're moving into a light energy, you're going to be really uncomfortable unless you let that other stuff go.
And how would you suggest that people who, maybe didn't have a session with you, how can we move into that? I mean, you're talking about the meditation, and we did a great meditation earlier. How can we, I guess we have to stay conscious, right, of saying, okay, I can clear this, I can give this to the angels, or again, whatever it looks like to you. I don't have to hold on to the stuff, because even holding on to those things are choices. And even having to deal with people that maybe aren't wanting to deal with this in a kind of way, those are choices to even continue to deal with people like that, right? Is that kind of what you're saying?
The simple thing is believe in yourself. Believe that you're worth it.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's so true.
People ask me this all the time, and I'll ask, well, did you go home and practice just being in love with you while this person is being
unkind?
Did you just practice that? They're like, I can't. It's too hard. Did you forget that you're the sovereign human that is amazing and that you can? Yeah. You just have to practice it. Maybe not this time, but don't short yourself of next time happening. Does that make sense? So this first time, it's done. I can't do it. No, you can do it. Yeah. But you practice this other way of being for a really long time. Right. So give yourself credit and believe that you are worth it.
I think that is a real human condition, if you will, that we are hidden in these shells, and we forget that we are magnificent beings. I mean, we read about it all the time. We're like, yes, I'm a magnificent being, and I'm going to go out and live my life today. And then something happens, and you're like, all right, and that is exactly how it is for, I think, a lot of us, So sometimes it's the way you were brought up, maybe things that were said to you or whatever. I mean, there's so many reasons or ways that it could have happened to us. But I think even as a collective and with all the social media and all, I mean, you really start believing other people's ideas of you or for you instead of yourself. Like you said, practicing that. How do we like say, okay, I'm worthy, even if we do not at the moment feel worthy? How can we what can we do to practice that feeling so that then it finally resonates with us? Do you understand what I mean by that?
I do. I feel like go ask questions and don't take your first. I find people are finding their truth, but they are quick to take the first information that they get. Well, I read this in the book. Well, I saw this on Facebook. Well,
it's on the internet. It's got to be true.
Yeah. No, and then I'll say, well, why didn't you ask questions about it? Well, because then I would look stupid. No, I don't know in the belief system where if you ask questions that you're stupid.
No, I think you look smart if you ask questions. It's when you don't ask questions, you just do it. I go, well, really? That's okay for you? I agree.
I don't know not to ask questions, because if I didn't, I would be still in my bed.
Yeah.
I would still be suffering from addiction. I would still be doing all this stuff because I would have went back to what I thought I knew before.
Right.
So when I surrendered all I thought I knew, and I just accepted the information as it came, and then I started knowing that, man, I do have a different perception than other people, and they do too. And when I stopped asking, I just lost myself.
That's okay. No, you were just saying that you didn't know not to ask all these questions, and that if you didn't ask the questions, you wouldn't be where you are right now.
Okay, so I'm unconnected. So here we go. This is a very interesting person because So can you explain what happened?
Can I explain what happened with?
That someone just connected.
Oh, yes, connected. Yes. Okay. So the thing about Nicole. Oh, you're going to let me explain this? Thank you, my sweet friend. All right. So the thing about Nicole, we're talking about the fact that she passed away, came back, so she's in her body, and she is in her body, but she has a consciousness and can see things and feel things in a very grand scale. I mean, Mother Earth, universe kind of scale, which for us in our linear brains, we're like, what? Anyway, she can literally be talking like this, and then someone just says, like, they need some help. They don't want to call, but this is what they're doing. They're calling on an energetic level, and because you're a receiver, you get it. So is that a good way of saying it?
Yes.
So someone just connected with you and saying, Nicole, I need your help, or something's going on, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's hear it. If you want to call for real, by the way, it's 435-879-4100. If you want to call, like on the landline, 879-4100, area code 435. But, energetic works too.
Yeah, this person's suffering from has a thought of suffering from some kind of maybe like a Lyme's disease or a bacteria virus. I'm unsure, but what I can see is that the cells are wanting to wake up. So we get to bring in a water, like imagine the tides moving through you from the sea. The bluish green. It's like really deep
gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
It's going to move out some of the disharmonies that you're experiencing right now. As it moves up through your feet, you're going to feel it move up your knees. This will happen with anybody that has swelling right now. That has this is really working on your lymphatic system. Okay. So you're going to move up your legs, and the green has the deep green. For the healing, but yeah, like this really almost like a menthol.
Yeah,
that's all I can think of.
Or algae,
I can smell it.
Oh,
yeah. So as it's moving up your legs, circling your knees, it's going to move up hip to hip. Okay, and as it's moving through your hips and your tailbone. It's going to really bring you some red grounding energies for you. And as this moves up, it's like we said, like a tide, just moving up your lower part of your body and your upper part of your body. Now the white light is intensifying into illuminating white. And as it's moving down through your crown chakra, you're going to witness a breeze. And you're flushing now your meridians. And this can assist anybody at this time. I'm only focusing on this one person. However, it is being shared with everyone. So this moves down. It's going to move into your heart space, where it's going to pump up your heart to move out the die-off. And this person, if you want to Facebook or do a message or anything afterwards, we would be more than happy to assist you. You don't have to say your name. And as this moves the upper and the lower, this white light is now merging with the green, and it's like an emerald green. Your whole body is just like this illuminating green, emerald green. It's going to move down into Mother Earth. And remember, Mother Earth is overloaded with our stuff. And so we are going to introduce it into Phoenix. And I want to share an amazing story. I did this with the same kind of meditation with the Phoenix, because I'm impressing people change to that. And these ladies, bless their hearts, they gave me a whole new perception of what some people think that don't know what a Phoenix is.
Yes.
They said that they saw birds coming and taking their information that wasn't working for him anymore.
That's
away.
Funny. Instead of just going in a big pile of smoke and then growing again, right?
Yeah, they didn't know what it was, so they just pictured
it works.
These birds, and they shared that. They said that they felt so much lighter afterwards. However, now there's just going to be this flush of pink, and this will comfort your cells. And again, you're more than welcome to Facebook us or send us an email without your name. I don't know how you would do that without us knowing, but
you could call
call.
You could call right now. We wouldn't know your name or anything. 435-879-4100 is the number. 879-4100, area code 435. You can also find out more about Nicole and maybe even, get a special session with her. She not only does sessions here in St. George, and if she's traveling here or abroad, but she also does it via the phone, because you can see she can do that. Not everybody can do that, but Nicole's very good at that. EnergyHealingByDesign.com is her website, and you can check that out. EnergyHealingByDesign.com. We're on Radio St. George, 100.3 in St. George, Utah, and you can see us always live during our show Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. Mountain Standard Time, that is, at Radio St. George on Facebook, and we're on there right now. So I feel bad because we did have a phone caller earlier, and we were in the middle of the meditation, so I didn't get a chance to get it. So if you are still listening, we would love for you to call up. I know it can be a little scary sometimes to call, but we're not scary. Nicole for sure isn't scary. Area code 435-879-4100. That's 435-879-4100. Would like to invite you in to call and ask Nicole something, or if, like, you just connected with somebody that's obviously listening, saying, I wonder if she could actually help that. Because for people who hear this at first, if this is not, something that they were raised with or their belief systems, it may be a little shocking to hear that someone can do this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we don't want to shock anybody, but I'm telling you, you can give us a call, and we've got a phone call on right now. Hi, you're on live with Cindy and Nicole. Would you like to talk to Nicole today?
Yes, I would.
Oh, great. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hey, Nicole.
How are you?
I'm doing good. This is Daisy.
Oh, hello. How can we assist you?
Mostly, I just wanted to share my experience of your helping my baby. That's made such a difference in all of our lives here at our home.
Well, thank you.
So what did she do?
Well, my baby never slept a day in his whole life till I went and saw Nicole. So,
wow, are you serious? Never slept?
I'm serious.
What happened?
He would sleep in spaces, but he would never sleep for the full night.
Wow.
So he was awake 15 times every night, and I thought I was going to die.
I don't blame you.
After 18 months of that, then one of my friends gave me Nicole's number, so I was desperate. I'd tried everything, like chiropractic and oils and doctor visits and everything I could think of, and nobody could ever come up with anything. So when I got Nicole's number, and she was able to fit us in, and I took him in, and just could not believe the difference that it made when we got home that night. Then he slept all night.
And that was the first time ever?
Yes, the first time. Oh, I'm getting emotional about it.
Oh, no, I can't. You're actually getting sleep, girl. That's a good thing. Yeah. Right? And the baby's getting sleep so he or she can grow and stuff. That's awesome.
How many kids do you have, Daisy?
I actually have 8 children.
Yeah.
You have 8 kids?
Yes.
Oh, honey, how are you sleeping at all? Good for you, though. Oh, that's so exciting. So what do you think, can you explain for somebody who, has never been in Nicole's presence or had a healing from Nicole, even we're doing it now on the radio or on video. Can you explain what the healing was like?
Oh, it was just incredible. I'm not gonna lie. I went in there really skeptical because it's so new to me.
Yeah, it's very different, right?
Yeah, and I didn't know what to expect, but I just felt so at peace about it, and so I don't know. It's hard to explain. Just comforted and okay about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was really interesting because he was struggling with the energy or being away from his mom. So what we did is, he's 16 months at the time, is she laid on the bed with him on her belly.
Aww.
And then we just did it that way. We just worked in his wherever he would move. we would just let him, and he settled right in. So
Yeah.
it was an amazing experience. Thank you.
Yes, it was incredible. And he's only done better. Like, he's hardly the same child now. Like,
Oh, well, he's finally getting sleep, right? When he finally slept, how many hours did he sleep?
it was probably 8 or 10 where he
Wow.
slept solid without waking up, and that had never happened.
That is so terrific. Oh, Daisy, thank you so much for your
Yes.
phone call.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you. And thank you, Nicole. I appreciate it so much.
Oh,
You're
thank
just
you.
amazing.
Thank you. You are loved and appreciated.
Well, thank you. And we'll see you some more.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Daisy. Blessings
Bye.
to you and your family. Oh, my gosh. I can't even imagine what that was like to have a little baby that didn't sleep, because it's so sad, because babies are supposed to sleep most of the time.
Yeah, they heal and they grow. But what I'm finding out with the children right now is they don't want to be here.
No.
They
It's too hard.
well,
The energy.
so there's these little souls and spirits that are lining up to come here, because right now, believe it or not, as much as people are thinking this is like this most horrible time ever, these spirits are just like wanting to come here so bad. They're so excited, and then they are born into like this collective suffering that they don't understand.
Yeah.
They come from this white light and this beauty to know they're going to make a difference because they are the miracles, as you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different than they thought. So they're not connecting to being here.
Yeah.
And I have quite a few children like right now doing this same exact thing that I think I talked about last week too, that
Go ahead. Keep going.
are doing the wedding their pants and things like that.
Oh, yeah, you did talk about that. That's
Yeah.
true. It's very interesting. We're going to take another phone call, 879-4100, area code 435, if you'd like to talk to Nicole this morning. Hi, you're on the air live with Cindy and Nicole. Would you like to talk to Nicole?
Sure.
Awesome. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Nicole. This is Alan Flint.
Oh, hello, friend.
How are you doing?
I am amazing. How about yourself?
Well, I know you're amazing. That's all. I'm doing okay. I'm still running through the difficulties of giving my gift to the world because nobody wants it, but that's the pearl of great price. And the stone cut without hands, which is really, on my side, it's an economical issue for the world.
Yeah.
It's the unity and bringing everybody together so that everybody can afford what it is they want, whether it be healing or education or whatever else. So I still need a lot of help being able to release that to the world because it seems like nobody wants it. You know, how the pearl of great price is often not appreciated by the swine. And of course, swine aren't swine when it comes to what Jesus said. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Just don't cast your pearls before those
So,
who
Nicole,
don't
what do you think about this? What do you think
want
about to
that.
help him? Yeah.
I think surrendering what people showing up for you look like. Maybe go into really a gratitude space and go from there. I feel like your teachings are needed. They will awaken to what you do. And it's not that they don't want them. That people don't. It's not that they don't want your gifts and they don't want your assistance. They just haven't been ready for them. And I believe that time of your teachings will be now. It's just kind of being brave, that what you have to put yourself out there and in your perception bring people together. And I think that the shift is happening now, that people will listen. And again, I don't really believe that they don't want it. I believe that they weren't ready. And now that this whole energy shift is happening, when you move into a gratitude of, wow, who is listening to me right now? That's who I want to really elaborate on or
Concentrate on.
Yeah. And I have a I have a strong belief or knowing that when you focus that direction to who's showing up now, that things will shift for you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting, this morning, and well, for quite a while, is really I wasn't ready, and really I was I recognize that it's really me that's not ready. At the same time, I recognize that I've been blessed with a gift that I have not been able to get out there. But at the same time, in that gift, sometimes others have to discover it, and sometimes you just need to allow the time to be right, and the people to be right.
Mm-hmm.
Which they're coming. Your gift is very intense, and which is good, and it's needed. And as people gravitate to that vibration, you're going to see things open up quite a bit for you. But when you're in the art of allowing, things are going to shift anyways. And it sounds like right now you just made that shift, saying maybe it was me not being ready. So that now you're allowing for these new opportunities, or these new or remembered opportunities. And now people may, and I can see this happening, Alan, is that now that you've offered this and you said, you know what, I'm ready now, then the people that you thought weren't listening will hear you now because they were listening. Does that make sense?
Yes. It all makes sense.
Yay, Alan. Hey, we wish you well, sir.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for your phone call. All right.
Thank you.
I think that's it. I think a lot of us decide we're going to do something and we get all excited about we're going to do it. And I think I've got the talent to do it. And this is my gift to the world. And then you're like, okay, what's going on? Right. So it's kind of where he was. But how good for him to go, you know what? I might not have been completely ready yet.
Yeah, that was huge.
It's a big
that was
deal.
huge.
That's really impressive. 435-879-4100 is the number to call if you'd like to call and talk to Nicole today, or if you've had if you know her and you've had a session with her and you want to talk about that, feel free to do that. We're on Radio St. George on Facebook Live. We are on Radio St. George Live on the air at 100.3 FM in St. George, Utah. And if you would like to find out more about Nicole and maybe get a private session with her, you can do all of that by going to her website at energyhealingbydesign.com. That's energyhealingbydesign.com. But again, right now, 435-879-4100. A couple of great calls. We were talking before Alan called again because Daisy had called and talked about her child. And you're talking about the children that are coming in now, and that there's a lot of spirits that are saying, yeah, bring me down to earth. And then they get here and they're like, what up with this, right? Because I think the ones that have been here longer, speaking for myself and my friends, and that, we're all like, what is going on, right? Because you do somewhere innate, even if it doesn't feel like it, you do remember who you are. You really do. But when you're dealing with everybody who feels the same way and feels confused, it's all confusing, kind of, right?
And it's all about remembering, because we know all this stuff. This intelligence that is here isn't something that we don't know about. So as you're remembering, and but as the children, when they come here and they get, like we all do, the veil is very you come through the veil and you have some amnesia, and then you start gradually losing your forgetting on purpose, so that you can live a life that that you're supposed to learn these lessons.
I was going to say, it's all about the learning, right? Yeah.
So then you get to remember after you're like, oh, I've learned these lessons. I'm a choice. I want to now remember my true divinity. But however, the children, they're like doing these, they're crawling, and they're like, this does not feel right. This doesn't feel good. And
where's the lightness, right?
Because they're breathing in the universe that is full of love and light, and then they're just like breathing out into this world of confusion.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is right now. We can't change that, but what we can is open up these spaces for the children to be creative.
Yeah.
They are creative, and they have these amazing, all of them have gifts and abilities, like we all do internally.
Right.
We are amazing.
Yeah.
And so as they're learning to more be in this world and be comfortable with it, things like wetting the bed or things like that go away, because they don't when they come here and they're not connected to their body, they don't even understand the wetting.
Oh, yeah, how the body even works.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
And I know that from personal, I had to learn all that over again, too.
Yeah.
But as a child, I was blessed because I had my prior experiences that I started remembering. So things made more sense. But I can only imagine a child that only knows the white light,
right,
and is coming here and doesn't want to be here and doesn't understand what to do. So once you ground them and bring a joyful space for them to be here, there's a lot of shifts that are happening.
Yeah.
So there's also, I want to impress that every single second of every single day is a different frequency, which is frequency is an energy that is a vibration that we're all made of.
Uh-huh.
Everything is made of this. It just shifts. And so being present with what is available to us right now.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I will, if I feel something, I will hold on to it, and I will be it, and then I share it. And right now, there is this beautiful turquoise color that this frequency is like more blue, but it's just this bright turquoise. Let's just play with it. It's like this orb, but it's a star.
Ooh, I like it.
And it's just moving in and out of us right now. Like, wow, what are you going to do with me? It's like those open windows, that people are like, man, I wish I knew I had that. Well, here you go.
Okay. So what do we get to do with it?
Right now, since we're already connected and we're having an experience collectively, we're having an experience
even
together.
If you're watching this not live, right? You're still with us with this turquoise orb.
Yes.
Okay. We're good.
So it doesn't
just
know,
making sure.
It doesn't know time, space.
Awesome.
It doesn't understand that. The spirit does it. It's going to show up when you're ready.
Right.
And so as this is happening and I feel it circling us, it's like that's the spirit or frequency.
It
energy,
feels happy,
whatever.
doesn't it?
Yes.
Feels happy.
It says share. I'm just being guided.
Happy.
To share the feeling, because being present with the feeling. Maybe there's no words right now to express it, except for right now, let's share it heart to heart.
Okay.
So you breathe in and you just move that out your heart. First of all, you get to feel safe, because remember, we opened up sacred space around you.
Mm-hmm.
You're okay to be you.
Yeah.
You always are.
Whatever that means.
Yes.
Yeah.
And remember, we're bringing in us.
Mm-hmm.
So as we're sharing it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I love this feeling that I'm having.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to add this turquoise energy. It's a vibration, and it's just moving through every one of us. And actually, even the ones that aren't listening, don't understand what's hitting them right now. We're being showered with divinity, with choice and growth and all these things that to most people, they don't realize that are available to them. It's this, also these splashes of hope and
opportunities.
Opportunities.
That's what it keeps. I keep hearing that word, opportunity. This is a big opportunity for everybody. When we were talking in the beginning of the show, you did this amazing. Are you good? Just making sure I'm watching you. You did this amazing meditation to let go. So if we let things go, we get to fill ourselves up with this turquoise and light and happy and opportunities. Right?
Yes, and your body, I share this because it's really important, but your energy field in your body can only handle so much energy, positive or negative.
Okay.
Remember, we just let go of that stuff that doesn't serve us or the stuff that's not ours. So what we got to do now is, by choice, is everyone's choice, feel this energy that's being shared with you.
Is there a little bit of gold in there too?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do that. That feels good.
It does, right?
Yeah, it feels like hope and opportunity to me, because I think we all feel like we have probably one last phone call we can take, and someone's calling right now, so let's take it. 879-4100, area code 435. Hi, you are on the air with Remembering Connections with Cindy and Nicole. Would you like to talk to Nicole?
Sure.
Hello?
Hi.
Would you like to talk to Nicole?
Yes.
Okay, we got just a couple of minutes left. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Are we on the air?
Yes, we're live on the air right now. Yes.
Oh, okay. So I just request something and then you'll do it?
Yes, let's just just share what's
going on with you right now.
Your area of focus or how it passes you.
Relationship connections. I guess being sure in myself so that I don't have to second guess my relationship connection.
Okay.
Okay. There's a little insecurity there in your solar plexus. Are you familiar with your chakras?
Yes.
Okay, so right in the solar plexus is the yellow chakra, right beneath your rib cage.
Yes.
So as you're moving into that, it's literally, I look like this energy move through you. It's like a breath. Can you feel that?
Yes.
Okay. What this is going to do for you is clear and cleanse that. Security comes from a child. You're very, very young, and it's like your personal power got taken away from you, or your innocence, your playfulness has been taken away. So as can you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to, by clearing and cleansing this part of your body, is going to allow you to vibrationally match relationships in all aspects of your life. But what we get to do now is bring down the white light, and we are going to flush it right through the crown. And you know what? Your angels or guides or whatever you're feeling around you are saying, you're enough, and you always have been. And as you're letting this go, there's this brilliant, it's like a magenta or something.
Pretty. Like a fuchsia pink.
Yeah. Just moving right through you, bringing you back your confidence.
Well, that's cool. I can feel it going in the right
Yay!
direction.
I'm so excited for you.
Yes.
We're short on time, so I'm gonna have to say goodbye to you. But thank you so much for being brave enough to call, and I'm sure Nicole will completely send all the rest of that energy to take care. Will you call back and let us know what happens?
Yep.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you so much. Blessings to you. Thanks for calling in this morning. Remembering Connections with Cindy and Nicole. Oh, I love that so much. Just as that turquoise energy came in and someone came in, and you know what? It's all about relationships down here in that physical body, isn't it? I mean,
Yes.
if it's your family, if it's the love life, and then friends, it's always about connections with us, and that's how we learn. So.
Maybe we should start that next time, is open up that vibrational frequency, and that in this joy we'll start next time like that.
Let's do that.
And then people will vibrationally want to call in.
There you go. We're going to do that, and we're going to leave you with joy. Remembering Connections with Cindy and Nicole. Remember, you can get with Nicole at energyhealingbydesign.com. You can also check out Radio St. George on Facebook. We want to thank Sean Denovan, who's the big professor here at Dixie State University, for always allowing us to be here, and thank you for switching times with us. We'll be back on Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Until then, blessings and lots of joy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Live and joy.
Take care.